Hey guys, I'm doing something a bit different than usual. It's another podcast, but I think it might be a bit more, I don't want to say serious, but more Jane-like in a way. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the music I'm listening to currently, or it's so late at night, but I wonder, what is life? And I'm not talking about, I don't really know how to put this. I really thought I'd be able to explain this better, but I'm gonna try. But do you ever think sometimes that life is just way too big, and that it's okay to take a break from it? Not to say that what's going on in the world right now isn't important. It's so important and should be talked about and definitely should have the attention it deserves. But at the same time, I do think that taking a break from it every now and then is important. You know? Because then it just seems to pile on, and you're just filled with bad everything. And I don't want it to sound like you shouldn't care. You should, but you also should care about yourself. After all, you're the only one who's always there. Besides the train that always comes for me anyway. What a day. Sometimes when it's really late like this, I get all these ideas. It doesn't always make much sense, and I know I definitely can't put words to it half the time. But I thought it'd be good just to talk about it and share. I know I'm not the only one that feels like this sometimes. I'm sure lots of people do, and probably have a way better time of explaining it than I do. But, that's kinda what the beauty of nighttime is. It's a time that your mind just wanders and you think about everything. Sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming, and it's not always good, but it makes you think. You think of things you thought you never would remember again. Like today, it's Mother's Day where I am. And I was thinking about all the times I had with my mom when I was younger. How I would be the most weirdest kid for my mom. We had this rose bush that she planted somehow, way or form, when I was younger. And it would grow these roses. And one day I plucked one for her and I gave it to her, not realizing there was a worm in it. And, she made it known there was a worm in it. Or these times where I didn't really know what to do for Mother's Day, and I would make her a card, and man, I thought it would be so bad because I see all these other kids getting these treats and stuff for their parents, and I just gave my mom a card. But the smile and how happy she looked, Man, I don't think I'd trade that for anything. What do you guys do for Mother's Day? I mean, you guys probably do something, but you don't necessarily have to do big. Like, Mother's Day is a holiday, sure, but it's not the only time you can celebrate your mom or mother-like figure. I know I don't, but it just seems like it's right that all these mothers or mother figures, whether it be a woman or a man. I really feel like it's nice that they have that recognition. I feel like it's not talked about enough just how hard it is to be a mom. All alone sometimes, or taking care of more than one kid. It's hard. And it's not always easy, but they make it worth it. And they seem so happy and fulfilled. That's great, don't you think? You know, I'm not really sure if tonight's podcast really has any rhyme or reason or any cohesive thought at all. It's kind of just here, in a way. I'm hanging upside down on my bed, just staring up at the ceiling, thinking about life. And I'm glad you guys can join me for it. We can wonder about things together and see where the world takes us. And hopefully that gives us some good dreams. I like dreaming. Sometimes they scare me, because who hasn't had a dream where they're falling off of a building? But there's also some really good ones. I can't always remember them, which kind of sucks, but even though I can't remember what happened, I remember the feeling. I wake up feeling happy or giddy. And I like that feeling. You know, they say happiness isn't a personality, it's an emotion. And I wonder, why is it that we want to be happy, but we also like to be sad? Like, crying is good for you, and most people always know you can cry when you're sad, but you can also cry when you're happy. Happiness is a really wonderful thing. And you don't have to be a traditional happy either. You can be whatever you want to be. You can be happy because you got a nap. You can be happy because you just got a first kiss. Or you can be happy just because you feel happy. Not everything has a reason, and not everything needs a reason. Well, that's what I believe. I'm not claiming to be very smart or emotionally aware of the world. Physically, I know. Mentally, I know. But, sometimes I really just like to think that the world is really better than what I see sometimes. I'm not sure if that makes me naive or if I'm still looking at things through rose-colored lenses. It's always tricky. But I'm I'm proud of who I am, and I'm proud of how I see life. It's not always great. It's definitely not beautiful all the time. It scorches and hurts. It breaks you down. It makes you feel like you don't have anything to give and you have nothing to offer. But it's also really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Just seeing the world, living, doing whatever, and just enjoying yourself. That's what a good day is. I'm gonna probably cut this short before I fall asleep. But I'm glad you guys could join me for a little bit and listen to a weird ramble that definitely feels like something you hear in a dream. I wasn't really sure what I was trying to do with this, but maybe this will resonate with somebody, even one person. And you'll know that you're not the only one. And I think I'll take that over being embarrassed about what I do or what this is. Anyway, good night, my wildflowers. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then.